Hi Leo, this is your April monthly tarot reading. We'll have 5 separate spreads in this monthly reading. We'll have a spread on new love, a separate spread on love in an existing relationship or marriage. I'll then do the X spread. After that, we'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances. And at the end, we'll get you an advice for the whole month of April. Please like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is a new love in April. We have the King of Swords clarified by the Page of Cups. We have Temperance. We have the Two of Wands clarified by the Seven of Cups. In the potential outcome, we have the Queen of Wands with the Six of Swords and the Fool. And we also have the Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. We also have Sagittarius and Aries on the table. I usually go with a king or queen or both if one or both show up. So we got this King of Swords and we're gonna have you, the Queen of Wands. So the King of Swords, the first card that came out, could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or somebody with a lot of air in their chart. If they're not an air sign, perhaps this is somebody who's very intelligent, very straightforward, very direct. They're clarified by the Page of Cups, right? Let me talk about this whole spread together. I see them coming towards you, but I also see you hesitating. And in the potential outcome, we have the Fool card, and perhaps that's the key right there, sitting right next to the deck. The Fool could be a card of taking a leap of faith, taking a risk. Or the Fool is letting go of something that you have on your mind, or letting go of something that happened to you in the past. Basically, I think that's the key right there, the Fool. All right, however it plays out for you. If you want to move forward with this person, something is either gotta go, or you will have to take a leap of faith with this person. Okay? Yeah, so the Page of Cups, clarifying the King of Swords. This is them asking you out on a date. The Page of Cups, to me personally, is the nicest page out of all 4 pages. I don't mean to belittle or insult the remaining pages, but the Page of Cups, you know, always flowers, always compliments, always super nice to you, things like that. Sending you funny memes. Right? The Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck all the way to your right. Perhaps you already know this person, or you will meet this person through some kind of a group settings. The Three of Pentacles is a card of when people get together and they collaborate or they do something together in a group set environment, right? So for some of you, it could be somebody you work with or do business with, or this person could be working in the same building, or perhaps this is one of your acquaintances already. They could be going to the same gym, taking the same yoga class, what have you. You get the idea, a group setting. So for some of you, it's already somebody in your life, or it could be somebody new, starting at your workplace, or joining the gym, or a new acquaintance in the circle of friends. Right next to the King of Swords, we have Temperance. Temperance could be a Sagittarius you're dealing with, but I think Temperance in this case is either a card of patience or healing. Okay? Patience or healing. And that kind of goes along with the Fool card, right? The Fool, again, is taking a leap of faith or letting something go. Perhaps you are still healing from something that happened to you in the past. Not necessarily between you and this person. For very few of you, however, Leo, perhaps it never got off the ground between you and this King of Swords in the past. And that's why you're like, I don't know if I want to give this person a second chance. Well, technically it's not a second chance if it never got off the ground. Perhaps you went on a date or two and just kind of died right there. Or you were talking to this person and it just kind of faded away. But that's just for very few of you. For most of you, again, patience or healing. That's what Temperance here represents. With the Temperance card, nobody's in a hurry. Right? Hence the patience. Here comes the Two of Wands clarified by the Seven of Cups right there in the middle. Yeah, hesitation, taking time, putting this person on the back burner, trying to understand if this is something you want to do. That's what those two cards represent. For some of you, perhaps you even have multiple people interested in you, and that's why you are taking your time trying to understand which of the two you want to move forward with. Right? The Two of Wands and the Seven of Cups could be multiple choice cards. And the Seven of Cups is also a card of uncertainty and clarity, right? And, you know, that type of energy. In the potential outcome, besides the Fool, we also have the Queen of Wands and the Six of Swords. Like I said, the Queen of Wands most likely represents you, right? The Six of Swords is also a card that could be interpreted a couple of different ways. The Six of Swords is a card of moving from point A to point B. Sometimes it's a card of letting something go, moving towards something better, or it's just a card of moving forward. For perhaps some of you, it could be a card of relocation. The two of you could be living at a distance from each other, and one of you or both of you may have to move, right? Or again, letting something go, realizing that this person will actually make your life better, right? Or you're just finally ready. You're finally realizing you're ready for something serious. Yeah. So interesting reading, Leo. I think this King of Swords has good intentions. Perhaps you could be waiting for them to get serious because the Page of Cups may not cut it for you, and you're like, all right. I'll let this person, show me that they're serious about me. And once they do, perhaps that's when you're going to make a move. But, yeah, it looks promising at this point. But I don't see you being on board 100%. Not right away. All right? So, yeah, that's what I have for you, Leo. Yeah, looks promising either way. I don't see any bad intentions coming from this King of Swords, nothing like that. I think they are sincere. I think they really want to give this a shot. Alright? Cool. Leo, if you'd like to see the extended for this new love spread, the link is in the description box down below. In the extended, I'll do a couple of more spreads, maybe 3 spreads. We'll see how it plays out. We'll definitely take a look at what to expect between you and this person moving forward, and we'll get you an advice for this whole situation. Leo, if you are already married or if you're in a relationship, the spread is for you. We have Strength, we have the Seven of Wands clarified by the Five of Wands, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Sun on the bottom of the deck. What's interesting about this reading is that you, Leo, have 2 major arcana cards associated with you, and both of them are on the table, right? Strength and the Sun are your major arcana cards, and these are the only 2 major arcana cards on the table. All right, and I think you are getting something done your way. It's like you're giving them an ultimatum, my way or the highway. Or perhaps you guys have a choice between 2 new houses that you want to buy a new house, and there's an option, right? And you're going to make sure that you buy the one you want. Or again, there could be some kind of an ultimatum, right? I do see struggle. The Seven of Wands clarified by the Five of Wands, that's struggle. There is no other way to interpret that. It's like 2 parties struggling. Right? Or perhaps, again, this is you pushing your agenda through. Okay? The Seven of Wands is a card of somebody who is on active defense. And I think this is you actively defending your position, your option, your vision, what have you. Right? The Five of Wands, yeah, this is you fighting for it. Okay? It doesn't have to be like an actual fight. It could be like a really heated discussion that goes on for a few days, I guess, and there's going to be a decision with that Ace of Swords right next to the deck. It's like a verdict, or again, it's an ultimatum coming from you. Yeah, standing your ground, Leo. Standing your ground, making sure you get what you want. Well, you got to do what you got to do. All right? Cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Leo, in April. Keep in mind, it doesn't have to be the most recent ex. We have the Two of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Five of Cups clarified by the Moon, and we also have the Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck. This is very depressing. I don't think you're depressed. I think this is somebody else whom you broke up with or divorced from. This is just depressing, right? The Moon right next to the deck clarifying the Five of Cups could be a Pisces you're dealing with, but the Moon is one of the most emotional cards in the deck, right? And together with all the other cards, it's not really happy emotions, all right? The Five of Cups that the Moon is clarifying is a card of grief, regret. The Ten of Swords to the left from the Five of Cups is a card of an abrupt ending. That's what they are grieving. The Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck, this is somebody is laying down, thinking about what happened. Right? There's just, I don't even know if they're going to reach out to you. Perhaps they will, and you're just going to ignore them, ghost them, I don't know. I don't see communication whatsoever. But in case if you're wondering if you have somebody you recently broke up with, how they feel about this, yeah, they're depressed. They are depressed. Right? Very emotional about this. They do have lots of regrets, but even if you do hear from them, I don't know if you would want to go back to someone like this, you know. Whenever I see spreads like this, Leo, I ask myself a very simple question. What do we not have here. We don't have any lovey-dovey energy. We don't have any commitment or marriage cards. We don't have any love. Zero. Nothing. So I think it's done. This is just done. All right? Cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Leo. In the month of April, we have the Six of Pentacles clarified by Justice. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Wands and the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Cancer or a Libra. What I see here is two things, right? In the beginning, we have the Six of Pentacles clarified by Justice, right? You could be dealing with a Libra. But, you know, those two cards always remind me of each other. And here's why. The person standing in the middle in the Six of Pentacles is holding up scales, all right? And the person in the Justice card, in one of the hands, that person is also holding up scales, right? Scales are all about balance. Scales are all about weighing pros and cons, right? Perhaps you have multiple things coming your way in April, and perhaps you are balancing them out. You want to make sure you attend all of them. Perhaps you're creating a schedule for yourself, or at the same time you want to make sure you don't burn yourself out, right? Or you're choosing between a couple of options, okay? And in this case, this is you, the judge and the jury, right? I don't see any lawsuits. No, I don't see that. I think that's you just making some decisions based on what's best for you, or based on what you find out, you know. So those could be, you know, very smart decisions in terms of what comes your way in the future moving forward, like long-term plans, right? The Three of Pentacles in the middle is a card of collaboration, right? Perhaps you have your 9-to-5 job, and at the same time you do like consulting gigs, right? Because in the Three of Pentacles, there's three people, right? One is standing a little bit above the other two, right? And the person standing above could be teaching the other two. So perhaps, again, you have your main job and some consulting gigs, weekend gigs, or something like that, right? Perhaps you have a lot of travel to do this month. Speaking of travel, we have the Eight of Wands and the Chariot. Those two are the two fastest cards in the deck. Right, so I think travel is unavoidable, no matter how you look at this. And perhaps with the Six of Pentacles and Justice, you are balancing those out. You want to make sure everything is properly on the schedule. All right. So yeah, I do see a lot of planning. That's what I'm trying to say. A lot of planning and then execution. All right. Some more planning, execution after that. I think you have travel coming up with the Eight of Wands and the Chariot. The Eight of Wands is also a card of communication, back and forth communication. So you have a very busy month ahead of you, Leo. You do. But I don't see anything critical. I think if you don't procrastinate, Leos actually don't procrastinate. Not that I'm aware of. I think if you schedule everything properly, if you keep your hand on the thing so it doesn't get out of control, you'll manage. You will definitely manage. But you have a very busy schedule coming up. I hope that makes sense. All right? Cool. Here's the advice or word of wisdom for you, Leo, for the whole month of April. We have the Nine of Wands clarified by the Three of Wands. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the King of Swords clarified by the Six of Wands. And we also have the Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I believe this is the advice for the first spread, the new love spread. There is an advice spread in the extended, right? Yeah, I have to let you know what's going on if the cards came out. This is a different deck, by the way. I use different decks for different spreads. I believe the advice for you is to give this person a chance, right? The Nine of Wands, the first card that came out, this is a card of a wounded warrior. It's also a card of somebody who is a little bit suspicious based on either their experience with somebody else or an experience with this King of Swords. You know, I went through different variants, different options in the first spread, so I'm not going to waste your time repeating all of them, right? I think the advice for you is to give this person a chance, this King of Swords, right? They will make you feel happy, right? The Nine of Cups to the left from the King of Swords is a card of a wish come true. It's also a card of personal satisfaction and fulfillment. The King of Swords themselves is clarified by the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a card of victory and success, right? A lot of attention, from coming from them. And the Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck, it is a card of moving forward, right? It's a card of leaving something behind. And the Six of Swords always brings improvements into our lives. Yeah, so I gotta be honest with you, even in the extended, I saw some hesitation, right? But, if the cards came out, I have to report. I have to interpret them. So I believe this spread is talking about you giving this person a chance, and your life will improve with this person in your life. All right, so that's what I have for you, Leo, for this reading for this month. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also share and subscribe. And other than that, Leo, have an amazing month.